any 4 dinner entrees, so do that double date thing with your spouse and best friends. Yeah. 15% off Sunday brunch. And why would we do Sunday brunch tomorrow?
Let's see, it's Father's something.
Yes.
Father's Day, yes.
It's Father's Day. So go try they got a really great brunch. And then Thursday evenings out there is awesome. So go to Burroughs, 810-227-6000, or go to burroughs-roadhouse.com. Call, make reservations, tell them you saw it in the Current or you heard it at the Daily Drift or the Drift radio show.
Yes. Either way, they'll know.
Yeah. So we're talking IG report, and we got a call from Jasmine in Chicago. Jasmine, welcome to the show.
Hey, Gary. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. This 94-degree weather.
Oh, you got the heat a little ahead of us, I think, out in Chicago. We're not quite there yet, but we're supposed to be tomorrow.
Well, of course, the fun part is the heat index, 111.
In the city of
Isn't
Chicago.
it the windy city? Isn't it cooling you off, that breeze from the lake?
Please.
No, not in the summertime.
I think that's one of those climate change myths I've been hearing about. But I wanted to talk about this report. Not even a month ago, Sean Hannity had made a comment, or one of his guests had made a comment about the report that was coming out, and they were just basically putting all their eggs in one basket. And Sean Hannity said, they get a chance to look through the report. We're talking about the guilty parties. They get a chance to look at the report. They get a chance to redact. They get a chance to edit. That really concerned me when I first heard that. And when it got released, and I'm not an expert on it at all, but it seems to me like, isn't that like putting a diabetic in charge of a candy store?
That is one way of putting it, yes.
I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Forget the fact that you really didn't find out anything that I didn't already suspect, and it's not like, I really don't believe anyone's going to pay for anything. I don't see any, I can't picture anybody going to jail over it. I think if anything, it'll be a nice, deterrent, as far as, the people that are in the FBI right now. They're not going to do anything stupid right now.
Yeah, I'm a little more optimistic than that, just because who's in charge overall, the Donald. And I don't think he's going to take this lying down, and I don't believe that Horowitz is anywhere near done. And I know that Trey Gowdy, Devin Nunes especially, is going to be digging into this IG report and getting that redacted information and dragging it out. So I think it's just a start.
May I?
Yeah.
Well, that might have some merit to it, but I have to very respectfully disagree.
Yeah. So you're disappointed.
Jasmine, this is Ed.
Yes.
I do remember, and I hate to be Debbie Downer here, but I do remember that early on Sessions had said he was not going to prosecute Hillary. And I think it was Sessions. And we have a tradition here of not prosecuting former presidents and their administrations. And that kind of bothers me, because when it gets to a level like this where it's almost treasonous,
Oh, it's not almost.
Okay, you're right. Yep. So go ahead. I'm sorry. That's all I wanted to say.
No, that's fine. But the thing is that, if you have, I keep hearing about, not all the FBI are like this. It's kind of like the old thing they used to say about, not all Muslims are terrorists, yet all terrorists are Muslims. It doesn't make sense to me. And the fact that Jeff Sessions, what does he do?
Nothing. Anything else you want to
ask? we're paying this man God knows how much money. The only time I ever see him is when he's testifying before the House, or, I think I saw him talking about marijuana once.
MS-13.
And MS-13. That's basically it. What does he do?
I'm the same way. I'm probably one of his most vocal critics on Facebook and on Twitter, bashing Jeff Sessions. I keep in the back of my head, though, that maybe, just maybe, he's biding his time and waiting for all the ducks to get in a row. Because there are things that we don't hear that is happening. There's a big push on pedophilia in this country. They have gotten like 2,300 people already arrested and jailed, and tons and tons of sealed indictments are still out there from California to New York. There have been a ton of indictments that are sealed right now and have not been brought through the system yet. And we don't know what's in there. And that, I think, is part of what the good people in the DOJ are doing. So as much as I'm the same way, what is Jeff Sessions? Get off your butt. Prosecute these people. Let's get it done. I don't know if Jeff Sessions is waiting till he has all his facts in a row, until all the IG reports are in, until Mr. Huber is done with his investigation out there in Arkansas. I'm not giving up hope yet. I hope this is not the be-all, end-all final report, because I don't think it is.
Well, to Jasmine's point about...
I will say one thing about, again, don't put your eggs all in one basket, and let me just say this. I was doing some reading on this Huber guy that I don't really know too much about, but according to what I read, he was appointed by Obama. So as far as I'm concerned, I don't really see a whole lot coming from him either.
Yeah, well, that's a good point. It's a good point.
Well, when you look at...
You guys are bringing me down, man.
Yeah,
You're just bringing me down.
Well, I was thinking about, we were talking about Manafort during the break, and I don't know if you saw Tucker Carlson last night, Jasmine.
Of course I did.
There you go. I thought he had some good points about, well, let's see, Manafort's not a flight risk. He's not a violent felon, or,
No.
he hasn't even been convicted, and now he's in prison until he goes to trial. Right. Like, what's going on with that? Oh, yeah, well, he violated a gag order that said he wasn't supposed to talk about his case. Well, where's our First Amendment rights that you don't get to do that? And when's somebody going to slap that back? And like Tucker Carlson pointed out last night, it's a foreign agent. He's being prosecuted for being a foreign agent. Well, why wasn't Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton? They were obviously foreign agents. They were paid off by foreign governments for their Clinton campaign, or Clinton, what do you call that commission?
Clinton Foundation.
Clinton Foundation, yeah. So they
Clinton
were taking
Global Initiative.
Oh yeah. They're getting all kinds of money.
Clinton Crime Syndicate. Let's just go there, shall we?
Exactly.
Well, the funny thing is, I don't know how funny it is, but I was watching, just by chance, I was skimming the networks because I wanted to see what they were kind of going to lead with, and a lot of the networks led off with the Trump, what do you call it?
The lawsuit by the New York AG?
Yes, thank you. That lawsuit was the first thing that led the news. And then, 15 minutes later, oh, by the way, this IG report was released, blah, 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 blah. And they spent maybe 20 seconds on it.
Yeah, but that tells you the media knows it's harmful and they don't want to cover it.
That's the Soviet-style media in action.
Yeah.
Pravda Incorporated.
Yeah. It's 500 pages. I think it'll get dissected, and I think the committees in the House and in the Senate are going to start tearing into it. I have very big confidence in Senator Chuck Grassley. He seems to be a pit bull up top, and we don't hear a lot from him in the news because they don't want to cover him, A. And B, I think he's just got his nose to the grindstone. I'm not done with this. I don't think the American public is done with this, and I believe the good people in Washington will continue to try and drain the swamp. But it's tough when you have so many judiciary people like this judge that put Manafort in jail. Yeah. She's obviously an Obama lover and probably appointed by Obama. Mm-hmm. I don't know that for a fact, but I'm betting. If I had to put $20 down, I would bet. And so it's an uphill battle. But it's a start. So I'm going to be optimistic.
I'm going to take you up on that bet, Gary.
I'm hoping.
I think that this is going to be. I mean, the media has pretty much pushed it under the rug already. And I think they're just going to continue to do that. And unless there's a really nice, huge smoking gun somewhere, they're just going to keep pushing it under the rug. And, that's their way.
I think it's the opposite of that. And I'm hoping it's the opposite of the big smoking gun. I'm hoping that there are clues in here that as you comb through it and you cross-reference testimony, you cross-reference who was this person who said that, what else might he, and you look at other documents and timelines, you say, oh, that Agent 5 must have been this guy because he did this then. These guys are investigators, and that's what they look at. You and I are not those people, and we don't have all those references. But like I was alluding to earlier concerning the Bible, there's certain things that you on the surface you don't see, but then people study it, scholars study it, and they say, oh, this guy was related so-and-so because that happened over there and this happened over here. And you get this, you get it built up. And I'm thinking these investigators are going to do the same thing. They're going to put it together.
Well, here's the thing, and we all know that once you lie, you have to continue to lie, and you can't keep track of your lies because they're not real. So they keep fabricating. And I think the difference you see here, the Democrats always want to leak stuff because they don't have a case. They're just taking things out of context, leaking it, and trying to get something out of the media to change people's opinions. Whereas the conservatives, the true non-swampers up in Washington, are putting their nose to the grindstone. They're not leaking those things. That's why you get it seems like it's all anti-Trump, because we're not letting out the other stuff. They're looking to keep this stuff in-house and together until you have an ironclad case, because you don't want that evidence tainted and have a judge saying, the media, it's been out there, you've tainted the jury, you've tainted whatever. So maybe, and I'm hoping, I don't know for a fact, because like I said, I'm as anti-Jeff Sessions as anybody. I'm a very big critic. I keep hoping that he's doing things the way he should be and will eventually come forth with just a ton of evidence and indict people and jail people and do all the things that need to be done. I'm hoping that. I am praying for that, and I would suggest that all of America do the same thing. Pray that the truth comes out, because I think it will. Eventually, the truth will come out. It will be known. It may not take 5 years. It may not take 10 years. It may be taking 20. I hope it comes out soon enough that we can make the effect and clean the swamp like Donald Trump is trying to do. And I hope Donald Trump will continue to do that, and the people that support him will continue to push, like us, because all of us make a difference when we're on Twitter and Facebook. So keep pushing, Jasmine.
If you want to drain it.
I will try. Now, if you're really feeling like Debbie Downer over there, I suggest you go see The Incredibles 2. I saw it last night, and it's fantastic.
The Incredible what?
The Incredibles 2.
Stu?
I've never heard of it. Is there a movie?
The Incredibles?
Oh, The Incredibles 2. I'm thinking you're Incredible Stewart? Who's that? What is that a movie? Oh, The Incredibles 2. So it was a good movie?
That's my Father's Day present tomorrow. You're right. Thank you.
Yes. I took my little nephew, and he loved it.
Oh, good. Well, maybe I'll take my son to go see that tomorrow, too. So I love the first one. It was one of my favorite movies. Mm-hmm. So it's one of the ones when I'm watching TV, if it's on, I'll watch the whole thing. Yeah. Well,
this
great.
One's good, too.
Great.
Too. But let me just leave you with this. God bless America. I love you, President Trump, if you're listening. And Gary and the rest of you guys are doing a great job.
Oh, thanks, sweetie. We appreciate it.
Have a good weekend. What's left of it.
Take care, Jasmine. Thanks for the call.
Happy Father's Day.
Thank you. All right. Let's take a call from Joe in Wyandotte. Joe, welcome to the show.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, Joe. How are you?
First, I want to concur with Jasmine, as I am kind of Wham's resident movie reviewer. Incredibles 2 is indeed
self-appointed
incredible.
Resident.
So, well, that's good. So, two people. I'd forgotten that it was actually coming out.
Yeah, well, it's got two important themes in it to ruminate in people's minds that are important. One, undoing unjust law, and two, dependency upon others. So it can be subtle, but it could be important. It's, a very positive, thought-provoking film underneath that cartoon exterior.
Yeah, that's good. So there is a message, a family message, a patriotic message, maybe?
So it's subversive and subliminal.
They're going to outlaw. Under Barack Obama, it would be outlawed and censored. Yeah. You will not be allowed to watch it.
Right. And I'm really looking forward to Wreck-It Ralph 2 later this year.
Yeah. The first one was good. I like that one, too. Ed's going, what was that?
I didn't bother. I don't know.
That was good.
It was a lot of fun. It was great. And now Ralph wrecks the internet, so that'll be rather interesting. Nice. But what I was calling about is the Wham signal. I understand from Phil and Janice Daniels on Abolitionist Roundtable that we indeed reached the goal on the GoFundMe for the Wham FM broadcast signal.
Yes. So I will update you on that right now. And folks, bear in mind. So goal A, goal B. The first $60,000 helps with the engineering costs for the site and installation and all that stuff. We have another